So in a very anticlimactic way, Mateusz Gamrot beats Rafael Fiziev by TKO due to injury. Very unfortunate way for that fight to go, especially with how the fight was going. Rafael Fiziev was looking really good in that fight. He was piecing up Mateusz Gamrot. He was stuffing all the takedowns. Mateusz Gamrot didn't really have anything for him from what I was seeing. It was only 2 rounds, so maybe Gamrot's pace would have eventually weared on Fiziev, but he was really looking good there, really mixing up his shots well, was showing pretty good boxing in that fight. Normally he's just a kicker, but he was doing pretty good with the hands, mixing up to the body. His takedown defense, man, I said it in my prediction for the fight that he's got some of the best takedown defense. He's a hard man to get down and even harder man to hold down, but yeah, unfortunate for how that fight went. So he threw a kick and it hit the elbow, and I think it must have popped his knee out of place or something because I don't think it was actually the foot. At first, all the commentators were saying that his foot broke, but I think it was actually the knee. I think it popped out or something, but it was really weird how that happened. But I do want to say, even though he technically gets the win, the way Mateusz Gamrot acted after that was really like bizarre. Like he was celebrating like he had just flying knee KO'd Rafael Fiziev. Just a weird way to act after an injury win. Like I don't know. I get the guy won and everything, but like surely have a bit more class than that. Like I don't think Mateusz Gamrot's a classless guy, but I wouldn't be reacting like that after a guy got fucking injured. Like he had nothing to really do with that. Yeah, he hit your elbow, but it's not like you purposely moved your elbow there. It's not like a check. At least with checks, you were actually the one checking. That was generally just a fluke injury. Like that's not something that's gonna happen nine times out of ten. But Mateusz Gamrot on paper he gets the win against Rafael Fiziev, but not something I'd be proud of. Like that proud of. Like he was literally celebrating like he had got like a fucking KO of the year contender against Fiziev. It was really bizarre the way he reacted to that. Like I don't know. I think it's generally one of the weirdest reactions I've ever seen to an injury. Like Uriah Hall when he fucking snapped Chris Weidman's leg, he was like, he looks pretty upset that that had happened. Even Curtis Blades against Tom Aspinall when he tore his ACL MCL, he looked so disappointed with the fight ending that way. But Mateusz Gamrot's literally like he's acting like he had just escaped prison in the Shawshank Redemption. Like he looks like he had just crawled out of fucking a kilometer of shit. Like and got out of the fucking tunnel of shit and got out and escaped and finally got out of prison after 20 years. Like I don't know, it was weird the way the guy reacted. Maybe I'm over analyzing this a little bit, but I just think it was a bizarre reaction to that. But still, on paper he got the win, but I thought Rafael Fiziev was clearly the better fighter in there, in my opinion. Maybe, like I say, maybe that could have changed if the fight went longer, but I think Fiziev was just clearly tooling him up there on the feet. His takedown defense was just looking so solid, and Fiziev had nothing for him, man. His striking, he landed a big shot, and the commentators acted like he had just like haymakered Fiziev, but it's just because it was shocking that he actually landed a strike. But his striking's not very good. But Fiziev was looking good, but still, like I say, Gamrot technically gets the win there. His call out made no sense either. He called for Charles Oliveira. You're not going to get Charles Oliveira. He's literally fighting Islam Makhachev. And if he loses, I doubt he's going to fight you. But maybe. But I don't know. Just a weird call out. I don't like when fighters call out fighters who have already booked. It's just weird, especially when they're booked in a title fight. Like, what if he wins? Then what are you going to do? Your call out makes no sense. But still, I wish he would have called out somebody else. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just it doesn't make sense to call out a guy who's fighting in a title fight when you just got you got to win via injury. You're not gonna get, uh, you're not gonna get Charles Oliveira, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will. I think it would be a good bounce back for Charles Oliveira if he loses to Islam. I think he would beat Gamrot. I just think he would probably beat him up on the feet. Charles is a much better striker than Gamrot, and then in the jiu-jitsu, Gamrot's got. I will say Gamrot's got some of the best wrestling at lightweight, but I could just see Charles neutralizing that with his jiu-jitsu off his back. Gamrot's got good jiu-jitsu too, but Charles Oliveira is dangerous. He can mix it up really well. But honestly, I don't know. I don't even know if Gamrot should fight a top five opponent after that. Like, I don't know. Just the way he won that is just, I don't know. It's not really a way you get a ranked fighter, but I guess technically he's on a two-fight winning streak now. But there are so many asterisks when it comes to Gamrot's UFC career, though. Loses to Guram. I guess some people think that Gamrot won that. I thought Guram won that. Then, he arguably should have lost to Arman Tazoukian. Then, you know, uh, should have lost to Jarlin Turner, and now he gets a fluke injury win. It's unlucky, man. Like his career on paper is not very good. On paper it is good, but just with the asterisks, is like, damn, how good is this guy really? But still, he does get the win here, like I say. Rest up for Rafael Fiziev. I hope he recovers well. He's a fun fighter, entertaining fighter, a good fighter too. So I really do hope Rafael Fiziev, heals up real quickly. Hope it's nothing too serious. But yeah, unfortunate for the card to end that way. The card was actually pretty good, but yeah, definitely not the best way for a main event to go. I really hope this isn't for like this isn't a sign for things to come. Do you remember that period where it was like Raf, Ortega versus Rodriguez injury? Then it was Aspinall versus Blades injury. It was just like it was literally like injury fight after injury fight, and especially in main events, is not something you ever want to see in a main event. But I'm sure Mateusz Gamrot's comments are going to be filled with Kyrgyzstan fans, worshipping him because he's just beaten Rafael Fiziev. If you don't know about that, because he changed his flag from Kyrgyzstan to Azerbaijan, all of the Kyrgyzstan fans just completely turned on Fiziev, and they literally all went to worshipping Justin Gaethje. Even today, if you go on Justin Gaethje's Instagram, he's literally it's like Justin Gaethje is from Kyrgyzstan because they literally all love him because he beat Rafael Fiziev. It's crazy. Like literally, it's crazy. I wish there were more fan bases like that, where if you beat like some fighter that turned on them or they didn't like, that they just all went to you and started like becoming, treating you like one of their own fighters. Like it's crazy to see, but it's cool though. I like it. But yeah, I wonder if Gamrot's gonna get the same treatment since he did win by injury and not, he didn't technically go out there and knock out Fiziev or beat him clearly. He was clearly losing that fight, but still, I'm not gonna keep waffling on about that. But yeah, overall a really good card. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, make sure to give this video a like, and let me know your thoughts on the fight. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe and share my videos. So thank you. I appreciate it.